Giveaway alert, the Tech Arts Podcast is doing it again. We're giving away a LumiNode. If you don't know what that is, hang on for the Tech Tips segment to find out. But for all of those who want to upgrade your lighting system and win a free LumiNode, go to techartspodcast.com and click the Enter to Win button. That's techartspodcast.com and click the Enter to Win button. techartspodcast.com. Enter to win a free LumiNode. Speaking of LumiNode, today's tech tip is the LumiNode. Helping us understand this cool device is Anthony Stofflet from AC Lighting. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, David. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm going to see if I can make it through this podcast and say LumiNode. You definitely don't want to say that 15 times fast. LumiNode, no, LumiNode. Tell us what the LumiNode is. What is that?
Yeah, so the LumiNode is a part of the Luminex brand, and what it is, it's our Ethernet to DMX converter brand, if you will. So it's a whole line of products from 1 port all the way up to 12 ports. And one of the really cool things about the LumiNode is the way that it kind of processes stuff. That's what makes it really different. So instead of everything being port-based processing, which we're kind of used to, normally like port 1 does port 1 kind of a thing, LumiNodes have taken that processing and we've created what's called a process engine. So you always have more processing power than what you can output out of the node, which is actually kind of cool.
Well, what makes it so popular, man?
So what makes it popular is actually those process engines more than anything. So it's that realm of this process engine is kind of like this little Leatherman that you've got inside of a node of if you need to merge information, if you need to convert it from one source to another, if you need to go for a port of an input or an output, it's kind of just like the world is your oyster. So it's just this nice little thing to kind of have in your pocket, and that's why everybody loves them. It's because of the processing.
So it sounds to me like, as I'm the dumb audio guy right here, it sounds like it's basically converts your lighting system. So like you have a lighting console, so it's like a real easy way to get the DMX to what you need to get it to. Am I explaining that right?
No, you're doing good as an audio person. It's kind of just like and then even if you get into scenarios like sometimes you've got 2 audio consoles, right? So you've got monitors in the front of house and they love gain sharing between things. Even inside of LumiNodes, we can do a little bit of that over who has priority over the other on an individual channel basis. So we can say that its latest takes precedence or its highest takes precedence. And so especially inside of lighting world, when we have to look at integrated systems, like we see a lot for churches, it definitely does help with a lot of that stuff.
I'm a church. I don't really deal with networking or LumiNodes and all this stuff. Like, give me an example how this would help me. Why do I need to go out and buy this product?
So the LumiNodes kind of take what the industry would normally take as like 3 or 4 different products and kind of combine them all into one. So really what it does is just makes it to where there's one place to go to manage everything that is your lighting data on your network. So rather than having to go to this unit and go to this unit and having this unit triggered by this kind of a thing, it's, it kind of just helps bring everything a little bit more into unity and make it just a lot easier to understand and manage.
So instead of having 2 or 3 things to kind of pay attention to, I just have one device, plug it in, convert it, make it work.
That's what it does. Plain and simple.
Almost sounds too simple.
I get that a lot with the Luminex brand as a whole, not even on the LumiNode side, but also with the GigaCore side for switches. But I mean, Luminex really is, from my belief, of course, I'm the brand manager, but from my belief, really is the networking made simple, the nodes made simple. This is kind of where it comes from.
Tell me a little bit more about Luminex. What makes you a brand leader? You mentioned some other things that you guys sell. Tell us a little bit more about the Luminex brand and how you represent Luminex.
Yeah, so I'm a part of AC Americas, which is the parent company of both AC Lighting and AC Pro Media. So AC Lighting, of course, is very lighting driven for everything. And then we also have AC Pro Media, which is very audio and video based, kind of more of that architainment kind of side of the industry. So I was brought in for the AC Americas to kind of help with a little bit of everything. So I'm the brand manager. Pretty much what I like to say is I get paid to be a nerd. I get to be the one that gets called of just like, hey, I'm trying to do this really crazy thing. Can you help? And then everybody knows they can kind of get a hold of me for that, which is really fun. But Luminex as a brand is honestly a fantastic brand. Using them even before I had this job, which is honestly pretty kind of funny. It's a funny story how all that came around as well. But Luminex has a full line of network switches to kind of go along with anything, whether you need some rugged switches that need to go up inside of your trusses or on your pipes, or you need something to go inside of an installed rack, for your CMRs, your interconnect rooms or something like that. We kind of have both of those. Then we get into the LumiNode line. And so we kind of have a node for every scenario, whether that's, rack mount nodes or even DIN mount nodes. And then we also have a full line of opti splitters as well. So if you just need to duplicate DMX data, it makes it really easy to do. And a lot of this is kind of what makes Luminex the industry leader at this point. Is there's not really a lot of people that are doing what Luminex does across the broad spectrum of the AVL market at this point in time. We do see, we have a lot of brands, that are very, hey, I'm a lighting brand, or hey, I'm an audio brand. But to have somebody that kind of is full spectrum when it comes across to it is definitely the difference.
I'm assuming, based on everything you just told me, that the switches are very AV friendly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the whole switches and the way Luminex as a brand even started was people having issues with network switches and having problems with Ethernet converters. And they got together in Belgium and said, let's make the thing, let's make it different. And so Luminex has continued that to kind of go forth. So if we're on the audio side of things, Luminex is, one of the very founding fathers of some of the AVB stuff that has happened. We're seeing Luminex's involvement in several other protocols and actually helping with some of the standards that get created along those lines. And so Luminex does validate, and they really are purpose built for what we do as the entertainment industry.
So how do we buy the product? How do we get our hands on Luminex?
So best way out of the bat, if you just want to know, is to actually just send an email to info@aclighting.com, or just to ask your local dealer. Most of your integrators will probably have access to Luminex as a part of their repertoire. So it's asking one of your local dealers, or if you don't have a local dealer, send us an email. We're happy to get you guys in touch with each other.
So if you're interested in this product or just need help with your networking or lighting systems, please reach out to AC Lighting. You can send them an email at info@aclighting.com, or you can go to the website aclighting.com. Again, for all those listening out there, it's aclighting.com.